Hello, YouTube family. Auntie is here, and Patty Jackson, your auntie of pop culture. Let's get the hugging. First, I want to start off by thanking you. I thank you for your comments, your honest comments. I never really talk with Toya and say, well, we're going to do this. I think I mentioned, I said, we're going to talk about colorism a little bit. I did never ask her. I did not expect her to open up the way that she did. And she really opened up. And you guys, it touched a nerve with so many people. We're talking about colorism, why there may be certain black men won't date black women. T.O. saying he just wasn't attractive as a kid and black women didn't like him. Whoopi Goldberg, an interview she did, she said, well, black men don't like me because I don't look like Toni Braxton. It was just a great conversation, and I thank you for pouring out and responding and talking about it. I'm going to have to do a podcast on that, but I just wasn't expecting that response. I know y'all be like, they be acting so silly, but sometimes we get a little serious. But it is something, and it is something that not only happens in the black community, what Latinos, they call some white Latinos or some that are of a darker hue, and they go through it and how they're treated and how they're perceived. I thank you for the conversation. I love conversation. You know, my favorite saying is we can agree to disagree, because we're about to disagree on this next story I'm going to tell y'all, but conversation is a must. Now, before some of y'all get your feelings, y'all be tearing me up about Will Smith. Y'all know I love Will. I know it was wrong. I wish it didn't happen. Jada Pinkett is about to release this book, Worthy. It's coming out October 17th. The 50-year-old Mrs. Will Smith says it's time for her to tell her story, her narrative. She's tired of being misunderstood. This book is going to go into her life, her past, growing up with Baltimore. You know, when you see her mama looked good. You would never think that woman was addicted to drugs. Will, her mom, and her children are fully supporting her in this book. She says it took 4 years to write this book, and she wants to take the narrative of her life. A lot of people were done with Jada after that entanglement with August Alsina, and they sitting up there on that show, and Will, it was a moment that I was like, I don't like this moment right here. Maybe because I love Will. And I don't want to see him in tears or crying or hurt, or I didn't like what happened at the Academy Awards, the whole thing. I just wish that whole thing could be like a redo. But Jada wants to tell her story. She is going on a tour across the country. There's no Philadelphia dates. I'm looking at the tour thing, and I was like, she gonna do this in Philly? Will's hometown? No Philly dates. She's going everywhere. D.C., New York, down south, L.A., London, Dubai. No Philadelphia dates. But the book is coming out October 17th. It's called Worthy. And I'm just going to ask you, and I know you guys are going to respond. Are you looking forward to this book? Do you think the book is going to do well? Judging by your responses, I don't think it's going to do well, because people are like, eh. But let me know. I already know what some of y'all going to say, because I talked about Will's new podcast, and y'all was like, Pat, you keep talking about him, and did it. Do you think this book will do well? Actor Kevin Spacey, a fantastic actor who really got caught up in that Me Too movement with the men. He's been beating the charges, but it's forever tainted his career. They think he had a heart attack at a film festival overseas because his arms went numb. Dancing with the Stars, the ratings have not been good, so I'm not the only one who's like, I'm not excited about these dancers here. One of the dancers was cussing last night because she did not like her score. She was the one that was dancing with Greg Brady, Barry Williams from the Brady Bunch. And they got rid of Britney Spears' sister, Jamie Lynn Spears. They gave her the axe. She just had the tears in her eyes. Like, I'm going to do all this dancing. Y'all going to cut me? So maybe they did the controversial moves to draw interest. I only saw like the last 5 minutes because I'm just not into this cast. Meanwhile, The Bachelor, that's the one that's doing... They showed it like 3 times this week. I said, I know the actors on strike, but they kept showing it Saturday night, last night. The ratings have been through the roof for the Golden Bachelor. It shows that love does not have an expiration date. Mr. Gary is 72. Some of the women are funny. That one from Delaware County with them big shoulders. I just enjoyed it. I said, okay, I have found my new guilty pleasure. It comes on Thursday nights, 8 o'clock on ABC. I segue to this. I was looking through TikTok, and they did this thing on women dating in their 40s, dating nightmares in your 50s, dating nightmares in the 60s. I didn't even go to the 60s. Because I'm going to be 60 in a few weeks. I was like, but the stories, the horror stories. People trying to move into your house, want to drive you crazy, want to gaslight you. When you get a certain age and your kids, coming up, maybe getting out the house, you're not trying to raise nobody. I thought it was funny. I thought it was from the black women, the white women. It was very eye-opening and very scary. I think this is one of the reasons why the Golden Bachelor, because now I'm sure it'll be the Golden Bachelorette. I'm sure they're thinking of tons and tons and tons of ideas, but The Bachelor doing well. Haunted Mansion, Danny DeVito, Jamie Lee Curtis, Lakeith Stanfield, Rosario Dawson, and Tiffany Haddish. It is now streaming on Disney Plus. And some good news, Crazy Bones from the rap group Bones Thugs and Harmony back in the 90s at the Crossroads. He was very sick and he almost died. He got that sarcoidosis, which is an inflammatory disease which overreacts in one's immune system. He was hospitalized in very serious condition for 9 days. It's very serious. I know Mike from Boys to Men suffered from it. Cause of death for Bernie Mac, but good news about Crazy Bones of Bones, Thugs, and Harmony. I know I'm here from y'all, so bring it. Leave a comment. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. And you know what? Subscribe to the channel. That way, you will never miss a minute of anything. Thank you for the conversation yesterday. Thank you for the feedback. I really do. I think I gotta like turn that into a podcast. But thank you. I appreciate you. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture.